Hey, what's up? My name is Petrowski, and I'm coming at you guys today with some more PokeMMO NU ranked PvP. Today's suggestion is a viewer request from Horatio Prout, and it is for Swellow with Flame Orb, Guts, and Facade. I'm personally very excited to use this Pokemon. It's a very, very strong Pokemon, pretty underrated, pretty beautiful Pokemon. I actually just straight up bought this thing off the GTL for around 250k, which I don't usually do. Usually I end up breeding up and making my own Pokemon, but very excited to use this Pokemon today. Let's get into explaining more of its strengths and weaknesses. So let's first check out the base stats. Swellow is mostly a physical attacker as its move pool doesn't really support special attack. It's a very frail physical attacker with 60 HP, 60 defense, 50 special defense. Very, 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 very frail. But coming in at 85 attack, which is decent, a little below what you would like it to be, but a solid, very, very tier defining 125 speed. One of the fastest Pokemon in the NU tier. Like one of the only faster Pokemon being like Excelgor and like Electrode. Very, very fast Pokemon with a very good typing for NU, I'd like to say. Normal flying is pretty fantastic. It grants you stab on some really important moves, which we'll cover here. So Quick Attack, Facade, and Brave Bird. All very, very good moves. Obviously, Quick Attack is a little suboptimal. Things like Extreme Speed are better, but not every Pokemon can learn Extreme Speed. Extreme Speed is a very niche move that not many Pokemon can learn. So Quick Attack can be very good enough in this tier. A lot of the Pokemon are frailer, so Quick Attack can often do surprising damage, especially alongside Stab, Guts, Flame Orb. So let's go ahead and walk through everything one thing at a time. First, let's go over the Swellow's nature being adamant. Some people go jolly, looking for more speed, but I definitely think boosting the attack is way more important, as Swellows did outspeed most things, and what it really needs the help on is the damage, being able to make sure it one-shots everything, which it should be able to, but yeah, if it gets hit once, it's probably just going to die. It's going to be very glass cannony, similar-ish to Zigzag or Zangoose. Sorry, the Zangoose video I did prior. Although this is a much more played Pokemon. I believe Zangoose is around like a 1% usage. I think Swellow has around a 4%. This is an OU. Oops. Let me swap to statistics. NU. Scroll down. I believe Swellow should be around 4%. Here it is, 6.2% actually. So Swellow is currently sitting around a 6% usage and NU with a 46% win rate, which isn't super great, but I think it's a hard to use Pokemon. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm excited to use this Pokemon. I think it could be really great, but it could also just be a Zangoose flop where it's just kind of too flimsy and it is either doesn't do enough damage or isn't fast enough. So I know Zangoose is also on this list here at around a 1.3%, around a 1% usage rate at 40% win rate, which is pretty brutal, pretty harsh. Especially at over like 200 games played, Zangoose's win rate is not looking great. But back to the Swellow, sitting at Adamant. Pretty easy EVs, 252 attack, 252 speed, pretty standard, not much deviation there. 31 attack and 31 speed IVs, super beautiful. 29 special defense, 29 defense, 29 HP. Incredible IV comp. This is by far one of my better IV comp. Definitely worth the 250k that I paid for it. Very beautiful, done competitive Pokemon. Moveset. Having U-turn is incredible. For those who don't know, pretty much every single tier of competitive play, from OU to UU to NU in PokeMMO right now, is pretty damn defined by things like U-turn and Vault Switch. It's pretty unfortunate. I kind of hate this style of play, this like get in, get out, very safe, very boring, knock Pokemon down into kill range sort of play style. I'm really not a fan of it personally, but it's very good, and there's a reason why it's good. So I'm going to try to get used to that playstyle today and kind of take advantage of it for myself. I usually don't play Pokemon with U-turn or Volt Switch, so it's nice to kind of step into a powerful Pokemon's hands. And then let's explain the main damage combo and the item for Swellow. So Swellow is normal flying, which gives everything stab except for U-turn. And one of the most important moves on this Pokemon is Facade. So Facade is a move that doubles its power if the user is poisoned, burned, or paralyzed. And Swellow has Guts, which boosts attack by half if status and ignores the damage burn reduction. So usually burn halves a Pokemon's attack stat, but Guts is going to ignore that and boost your attack by half, which is insane. It's very, very, very strong. Flame Orb is the item we're going to be using today, I believe. Honestly, I could see myself changing this to Toxic Orb. Or no, I would definitely keep this Flame Orb. I'm sorry. I actually misread Facade for a second, and I thought that it didn't factor in Burn, but it definitely does, which I thought so. Okay, never mind. We're all good. Ignore me. Flame Orb. Incredible item that after one turn of using the Pokemon, it'll burn your own Pokemon, which, a lot of people think, like, why the hell would you want that? Like, that sounds insane. Like, why would you want to burn your own Pokemon? But when you look at a Pokemon like Swellow with Facade and Guts, you're like, oh shit, like, it's going to ignore the burn damage reduction, it's going to boost its attack by half, and you're going to get boosted damage from Facade, reaching at 140 base damage on Facade. That is insane. Like, you're going to have 140 base power Facade, normal type stab, plus Guts. It's so much damage. It's one of the most, Guts, Flame Orb, Facade is one of the most damage intensive things you can do in Pokemon. It's super powerful, super cool. Very excited to see how this plays. Facade is going to one-shot things that it just has no right one-shotting, as long as I can live one turn with the Swellow to get it burned. So I'm really excited to use this thing. And then, in terms of a supporting cast, we have a very interesting supporting cast of Pokemon today. So I'm going to try to run through this semi-quickly. I've been taking too long on the intros. We have a couple of walls today. So we have this Weezing. We have this Miltank. So the Miltank and Weezing. The Miltank's more of a especially defensive wall, although it kind of does both. It's kind of like a mixed wall that can set up and sweep on its own. It's kind of a one-man army sweeping wall all at the same time. The Weezing is just a straight-up wall that can kind of do some damage, but mostly annoy the opponent. It's not meant to do a whole lot of damage. The Weezing's just meant to sit there and wall things, but still disrupt the opponent with burns and pain-splitted poisons and haze. Very nice. Both these Pokemon are pretty good. 3x31 Weezing, 4x31 Miltank. Some of my best IV Pokemon for sure. This Steelix, also a 4x31. I actually didn't realize this is a very good IV team. I usually don't run Pokemon with these good IVs. Steelix also has 0 speed, which is really important for Trick Room, which we're not actually running him in a Trick Room this time, surprisingly, but it's also important for Gyro Ball. So another important factor. This Steelix is a physical wall, so we have 2 physical walls in Weezing and Steelix, and then a specially defensive / mixed wall in Miltank. Steelix is going to be able to set up Stealth Rocks for us, be really annoying with Dragon Tail, and then Gyro Ball some damage. So Steelix none of these Pokemon are really like hard straight up walls. They don't really have like Toxic or Protect or like Rest. It's kind of 3 semi-walls that can all do some damage on their own while also being really disruptive to the opponent, which I like for this team. Having 3 like semi-walls is good as opposed to like 2 hard walls. And then we have our 3 major attackers. We've already covered Swellow, but we can have that here. So we have Swellow, our main physical attacker. He'll be very important to the team. If Swellow dies, we're definitely going to be in some danger. We do have Steelix as our backup physical attacker. We have our Superior, which is a Calm Mind substitute special sweeping set that can do some really crazy things with Miracle Seed, Giga Drain, Overgrow. Then we have our Galvantula, which will be a Life Orb, immediate impact, damage, coverage type Pokemon with Thunder because it has Compound Eyes. So Compound Eyes actually raises Thunder's accuracy to around 96 or 98%, I believe, which is pretty incredible for a 110 base power move with Stab. Bug Buzz with Stab, Hidden Power Ground to hit anything that it couldn't already hit in Giga Drain. Giga Drain is honestly probably my favorite move on this Pokemon. The fact that this thing can learn Giga Drain is super good to be able to... A lot of Pokemon bring in EQers to deal with this Pokemon, maybe like Golem, and things like Giga Drain can really hit Golem super hard while also getting like a lot of HP for yourself. So Giga Drain is probably my favorite move on this Pokemon. Okay, but I believe that covers everything. Swellow is going to be our lead most of the time due to U-Turn. U-Turn's just a very, very strong lead, so we'll see how that goes. I'm ready to get into these games. Hopefully we have a good day of games. Good luck, have fun. See you guys in the games. Thanks for watching.
Yo, good morning. It's early while I'm recording this, so I'm sorry if my voice is a little funny. I actually played 2 games off off camera last night, or at least on camera but off mic because it was very late. So I wanted to. There was 2 great games. I actually debated whether I wanted to throw this first game up or not. So just like wasn't the first game wasn't great. This is the first game. It wasn't super great, but as you'll see, the first 2 games were actually intertwined. So I wanted to throw them both up. They're very important. So I want to focus on this game. So my lead here is Swellow. I really do. I make the right play here. Leading Swellow is the right play. The only thing I can't impact on his team is Steelix. And my other 2 possible leads, being Galvantula and Superior, both destroy his Steelix. So this guy misplayed a ton, and I'm gonna try to call all of those. So leading Steelix here is a misplay. He kind of just led just because he has Stealth Rocks, and like he wasn't really thinking about the matchup. He was just thinking like, oh, in my head, like he has Stealth Rocks. There wasn't much thought process. So that's my guess at least. So then I can bring in Superior here and go ahead and Giga Drain. And Steelix is a defensive wall, so he can be things that are super effective on him that are physical, like a fighting move like close combat, can sometimes not even do that much damage, or like EQ, etc. But if I bring in Superior and just Giga Drain him, it's going to do a lot of damage. He doesn't have the best special defense bulk. So he's sitting here and thinking whether to switch out or not, which is fair. That's a fair play. Whether you can survive 1 Giga Drain and like what you want to do with that, etc., etc. Sorry about those noises. So yeah, he stays in. I throw up the Giga Drain. He crunches me, which this was a horrible play. This was I was very shocked to see crunch on Steelix, let alone played like this. So here I'm thinking, oh, he's gonna swap out or whatever. Like this is like an obvious calm mind play, and then he stays in to Explosion, and this made no sense to me. Like this guy played around this Steelix so poorly, and I was so shocked by it. So I lose my Superior, which I'm at this point I'm like, okay, I traded 1 for 1. He got Stealth Rocks up. Like, whatever, I guess. He misplayed so much. And I played around it. I played properly, but got punished. And sometimes that happens. And it sucks in Pokemon, but the only thing you can do is try to adjust if you face that player again and do what you can do. So, sometimes that just happens, and that's okay. You gotta deal with it. So I bring back in my Swellow, which can now, like, hit everything on his team. It's the only thing it couldn't hit pretty well on his team before was Steelix. So I bring it in. I check Espeon's base stat speed, and this was something. So this is my mistake. This is where I made my mistake, and then I think from here I got a little tilted post this and I was considering whether to Brave Bird here and just try to go for the one shot with a U-turn, and I messed up. I didn't think about Espeon having Choice Scarf, which is like a decently common item to go on Espeon. So this is my mistake. This was my misplay, 100%, 100% my misplay. I should have thought about Espeon having Choice Scarf, and yeah, that really. But now that I know he has Choice Scarf, I can bring in Steelix and throw out my own Stealth Rocks because he's not going to be able to do a whole lot of damage to me. So I do immediately in my mind be like, okay, now I know he has Choice Scarf. So I do make the adjustment pretty quickly, but still frustrated that I didn't consider that as an option prior. So I got my own Stealth Rocks up, which is pretty important to this match and gives me a decent, lane to do things. So now I'm considering, like, do I want to stay in? Will he have Surf? Can I just Dragon Tail? So he doesn't have Surf, I find out. This guy only has Ice Beam on his Slowbro, which honestly fair. Or I mean Scald. He would have Scald over Surf. So his Espeon gets dragged back in. And my Steelix's job here is just to Stealth Rocks and now just Dragon Tail and spread around damage. So he's gonna Hidden Power, and so this is obviously super effective. I had to figure out whether it was Hidden Power Fighting or Hidden Power Ground, and I didn't know which one. Those are my 2 guesses. It also could have been HP Grass, I guess, but I think the other 2 are more likely. I don't know. Actually, I didn't think about Hidden Power Grass at the time, but now looking back, maybe that's what it was. So I bring in my Galvantula, and I realize I'm stupid. He's Choice Scarfed. This probably just kills me. So yeah, I make another mistake. So now I'm thinking, oh yeah, it's probably HP ground. So yeah, it has to be HP ground now because that super affects my Galvantula. So yeah, I bring in Weezing kind of hesitantly. At this point, I'm like, this game's over. Like, I made kind of two major misplays around Choice Scarf Espeon, and it really just, it really just cost me the game. It was pretty bad, but it stinks. That's okay. It just sucks. Like, I feel like I made, or maybe just one misplay. I'm trying to think. I mean, the misplay was on the what was my misplay on? No, I'm forgetting. On whether I could outspeed. It was on my Swellow. Whether I could outspeed the Espeon. Not expecting Choice Scarf. Not expecting that Choice Scarf really just put me in a really bad position for the rest of the game. So there was like one or two misplays that this game that really just cost me it. He misplayed pretty badly too. I don't think this guy played very well, but honestly, like, I don't know. I guess I played worse this game. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes games are confusing like this. And at this point, I'm like, in this weird spot. He has Hitmontop. Probably is going to Rapid Spin his Stealth Rocks. But honestly, my dude, I haven't played this Weezing in a long time. This Weezing does a lot more damage than I realized. So then here I see that he has Sucker Punch, and that's a really important thing. So seeing that he has Sucker Punch, now I try my best to play around it. I'm pretty proud of actually how I play this interaction. I played this pretty damn well, so I know that I Pain Split here. He's in a Rapid Spin, because he's thinking I'm just going to like Pain Split or do another thing. So I'm going to go ahead and get my Sludge Bomb off while I can. And then, yeah, you see me checking my moveset. I'm actually going to Haze here just to avoid Sucker Punch damage, because now that he's toxic, now I can win this interaction. This is a pretty genius. I was pretty proud of this play. So now I'm just not going to attack him because I know that he can't beat me without Sucker Punch based off of the moves he's used. So I'm just going to go ahead and Haze, even though Haze does literally nothing here. It literally is a useless move. All it is me not attacking him. So I'm just going to slowly like whittle him down with Poison versus Leftovers. And like use Haze for that. And then try to predict a spot where I can Sludge Bomb. So he's going to withdraw. I probably should have Sludge Bombed here. You could maybe call this a misplay. I probably should have Sludge Bombed here. To predict a swap, but I just didn't think this player would make that decision that quickly. But I guess with this team comp, he could have. I was really surprised with the damage that my Weezing output these games. Not gonna lie, I do get one shot by the Thunder there from Galvantula. It's pretty impressive. Fair enough. That's a lot. I was surprised that honestly killed me. I don't know if he's Choice Spect or my Weezing's just weaker too. He might be Choice Spect because he Thundered here as well. Maybe that's just I think that's just the best move though. Unless he has, yeah, I don't know. At this point, this game's over. I'm pretty damn dead. I know that. So this game was frustrating. I feel like I made maybe two misplays around Choice Scarf Espeon. And it was just, me not predicting Choice Scarf Espeon that one time really threw this game for a loop and really just, put me in a bad situation, and I just couldn't win. That happens sometimes. You're just too quick. You got to use your 3 minutes to think. You got to take your time. So that was a rough loss on game 1, but we actually rematched this guy in game 2, and I'm very excited to come to you guys with that one in 1 second. Okay, on to game 2. This game was a lot longer. I believe the last game was like 9 minutes, and this game was like 14 minutes. This is like a 5-minute longer game, but I loved this game. This game was extremely close and really shows what it's like to improve as a player versus playing as a player who doesn't improve. Not to be too harsh, but it was just really shocking, like how differently I played this game. As you can already see, I know he's just gonna lead Steelix to throw up the Stealth Rocks brainlessly, so I counter lead with Superior. It's just crazy to see like all of the different ways I played this game versus all the similar / same ways he played this game, and I'll try to show those. And I'm really proud of that. I think taking losses important. This is nothing new, nothing insightful, but taking losses is an important part of any improvement process, and I think this just really showed it. This was like a perfect 2-game example of showing taking a loss and then immediately playing that same person and immediately fixing mistakes that were made and immediately playing better. So I see the Espeon come in. I know that it's going to be Choice Scarfed. I swapped my Steelix. It does very little damage. I throw up Stealth Rocks of my own that I believe. He's going to bring in Slowbro. I know that Slowbro doesn't have Scald. So I know that he's just going to Ice Beam me for around 28% damage. I do actually throw up Sandstorm here, which this was... I thought... So I actually thought that... I don't know if they changed this or not. I thought that Sandstorm raised your special defense on ground, rock, and steel types by... And you can see me check here. By actually hover over Sandstorm, I'm pretty sure right now. Yeah. So I thought that it raised... Yeah, it does. By half while active. Boost special defense of rock types. Oh, it's only rock types. Okay, so I actually thought Sandstorm was ground, steel, and rock, but it's only rock type. So that's why his Ice Beam did the same amount of damage to me. So that was kind of a mistake, but... excuse me. Kind of a mistake, but at the same time, that's okay. That was a very small mistake. I don't know if they changed the way Sandstorm works, but now you can see me checking Absol's. Base stat speed, very important here. But I actually think about this for a long time. So I'm thinking, like, do I know if Absol is Scarfed, or do I know what item Absol has? And I don't think I do. So I'm sitting here thinking for a long time, like, do I want to be aggressive? Do I want to bring in the Swellow? Do I want to go for the U-turn? And ultimately, I decide for the safer play, which is bringing the Wheezing. A huge part being that I know I can do a lot of damage to this Absol. It's very flimsy, and I can wall it. It's just so safe. There's no reason not to go Wheezing here. I go Wheezing here. I wait out more turns of Sandstorm to not damage my weaker Pokemon like Swellow or Galvantula, my more flimsy Pokemon. So I'm waiting out the turns of Sandstorm that would otherwise hurt the rest of my team. I can wall this dude very effectively, while also doing a lot of damage to him. This is an insane play, insane damage. I cannot believe that Sludge Bomb killed that Absol. That was pretty insane. That thing must have been super flimsy. I don't know if it had bad IVs or just weak. I don't know. My Sludge Bomb destroyed that dude. Super surprising. Super to my surprise. But yeah, as you can see, like, this game is already going so differently. I'm already at such a huge advantage. I know he's gonna just Rapid Spin. So I just go for the free Sludge Bomb and do a bit of damage and hope to poison him. So I believe it's 30% to poison off Sludge Bomb. I do crit, which is pretty lucky, but it doesn't matter too much. I don't think it matters much throughout all things. Maybe it will. We'll see. But I think this actually became a pretty long interaction. Or no, okay, that's like if I remember correctly. Oh no, this interaction. This interaction becomes kind of a long interaction if I remember correctly. Because it's just going to be like two walls smacking each other in the face, and one of the walls has slack off, so it's going to be a bit of a funny little interaction. So he's going to Sludge Bomb me, or I'm going to Sludge Bomb him. I'm looking for that poison, of course. He's going to Ice Beam me, doesn't do too much damage. His Slowbro is clearly EV'd and built to be a wall. It's not built to do a whole lot of damage with Ice Beam. It also doesn't have stab damage with Ice Beam. This is really unfortunate. The fact that he lives at 1 HP there actually matters a ton for this battle. Yeah, him living at 1 HP there is actually pretty bad for me. It cost me a lot of turns. It cost me, it cost me time. Cost me. I don't know if it cost me any damage or HP or Pokemon. I mean, it cost me my Wheezing. I think actually, technically, I don't know. We'll see. I forget what happens, but him living at 1 HP there is pretty unfortunate because he ends up living a lot longer, obviously, because of the slack off. So here I'm thinking, I want to get him to slack off and then let me safely switch to another Pokemon. My goal is to bait him into a slack off turn. So I want to get him down a little lower, but it doesn't really matter that much. It's just going to slack off too much higher. So I might as well just swap there. So this is kind of a misplay, I guess, but a very small misplay. I'm kind of just waiting out poison damage and testing him, see where he goes. My poison's doing very, very little damage at this point, which is unfortunate. So I decide, let's just swap now. He's just gonna slack off this turn to full HP anyway. I might as well just swap now, threaten the brutal Giga Drain damage from the superior towards the Slowbro. Oh, did I just take off the game? Sorry about that for a split second. So I throw up the substitute here because I'm thinking he would swap, but he just didn't. This dude just misplayed in so many ways. So I throw up the substitute there because I'm like, oh, this dude obviously won't stay in as Slowbro against Superior. Like he's gonna swap, right? So I'm just gonna do this. I'm just gonna Giga Drain him, almost take him down. He can do some damage with Ice Beam, sure, but the problem is I'm just gonna Giga Drain everything back up. Like I was just like sitting here like I was also checking my special attack stat here because I was just shocked it didn't kill, but at the same time I was like, what's it called? I was like still shocked by the damage because I know people always use Superior. People usually use Superior as a screens more defensive utility Pokemon. They rarely use it as a special attacker the way that I do, but I think it's very underrated. So here. He brings back in the Espeon. This is a very... this is probably my biggest misplay of the match, actually. So here I should have just instantly... So I'm guessing that he's either going to use... like Psychic or Psyshock, whatever he has, or Signal Beam. And... Psychic or Psyshock would shit on my Weezing, so I'm scared to bring that in. I don't know. Actually, this wasn't a misplay. I guess this was his misplay. He Signal Beams, though. So if I were to swap into Weezing and he Signal Beams, it would have done like 10%. It would have done no damage, right? But I think I brought in... Yeah, I thought about bringing Weezing down, but I didn't want to get one shot by Psychic or Psyshock. But he choice Scarfs onto Signal Beam, which is so bad against my team. I don't know why you would ever choice Scarf onto Signal Beam here. I actually don't think... Yeah, I don't know. I can't believe he made the play. I guess he just really, really wanted to make sure he would one-shot my Superior, but any Espeon should one-shot my Superior there with the Psychic or Psyshock. So I was very, very shocked he went for that Signal Beam. I think that was another misplay. I should have had like a misplay like tallier, like tracker for this game. So it was pretty rough. So I bring in my Galvantula and I'm trying. I got that. That's a huge misplay. This is probably my biggest blatant misplay of the entire match, where I bring in my Galvantula and I'm like, he's just gonna outspeed me. I'm scared of the damage. I know that he's locked to Signal Beam now. I might as well just go Weezing. Which thankfully this misplay didn't cost me too much because I bricked my Weezing. It does very little damage, and now I'm just like free to do whatever. He's choice scarfed into Signal Beam, which does no damage to me. So now I can either choose to Pain Split or Sludge Bomb. I think I choose to Pain Split, predicting a swap into like Galvantula, but we'll I forget what happens. We'll see. Plus, I just want to get me a little healthier. Yeah, so I go for the Pain Split, which honestly is probably a misplay. I probably should have just gone for the Sludge Bomb for the more damage. I wanted to get my Weezing a little healthier, but it actually healed less than I realized. But I don't know. After the Black Sludge heal, it honestly looks fine. So it's not so bad. And this is similar to game 1, where he thunders and kills my my Weezing. So I should have thought about that a bit more too. But now we're at a very interesting point, a point that we weren't at in game 1, where I have my Swellow late game. So this is gonna be probably the peak of the Swellow showcase. This is the perfect showing of Swellows. So this is what Swellow. This is what Swellow's about. Late game, finishing carry sweeper. This Swellow really came in and performed beautifully, and I was very, very happy with like how it came in. It did its job, It came in, it one-shot the Galvantula, and now I have to think. So now I know that this Hitmontop has Sucker Punch. And I actually misplayed this because I didn't know the ruling. And it's a pretty specific ruling, so I mean, fair enough. I don't even want to. If you notice what I misplayed there, good on you. You're a genius. If not, don't feel bad. I had to look up the ruling afterwards. I know that he's done a Sucker Punch, so my switch here was to play around his Sucker Punch, but I actually could have just done something else to play around his Sucker Punch, and that'll come into play later in the game. So I know that he can't one-shot me with a Sucker Punch, because it's not stab, and I'm on Galvantula. So I go for the Giga Drain. The issue is that that the life orb damage actually matters here really really badly, which is unfortunate. If my Galvantula didn't have Giga or life orb here, I actually would have been able to double. Like I would have been able to like maybe win this exchange or win this trade, which is unfortunate. That life orb damage. I love life orbs sometimes, but man, on some Pokemon the numbers it feels really bad on. Like, I actually don't run life orb on my superior, which I thought about for a long time because getting that 10% more damage on Giga Drain, can matter, but it actually ends up being like the way the numbers play out. It's better to just have Miracle Seed, which is I've tested a ton with it, and I really prefer Miracle Seed over Life Orb on my superior. It's really interesting. It's really really interesting how on like some Pokemon, I might take the Life Orb off the Galvantula. I'm not sure. We'll have to see. It's too good on it because it's just a 4. It's different than Superior for sure, because Superior only has 2 moves, where Galvantula is like a 4 times attacking coverage Pokemon. But yeah, I don't know. Life Orb has been questionable. So I bring in my Miltank here. He Signal Beams me, which is really surprising. I go ahead and mess him up with a Body Slam. I think I cursed up once here at this point. I skipped over it pretty fast, but I think I cursed up here once. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and get healthy. I think I Milk Drained here. Or no, I Body Slammed, yeah, of course, to kill the Espeon. I was thinking about whether I Milk Drained or Body Slammed here to get healthy. Yeah, I take out the Espeon, and from this point, I'm like, at this point, I'm a little too confident, honestly, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure there's like no way I lose this game, and I'm very, very happy. I'm like, oh, finally, like I finally get to like win this game. Like I'm super excited. And I probably should have just Body Slammed here. This was another misplay, I guess. Oh no, that's what happened. No, it didn't matter. He crit. This crit actually mattered so much. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure he actually doesn't kill me. Or it's very, very close. I didn't calculate, so I could be talking out of my ass, but I'm pretty sure it's very close. I'm 1 times cursed there at like 65% HP. And here I'm like, oh shit. Here I'm like, I bring in Swellow, and I'm like, oh yeah, I can obviously win this game. I'm actually going to pause it here for a second. Do I need to pause it? I think I have 50 seconds, so I'm going to pause it for a second. So here I'm like, I bring in Swellow. I'm like, oh yeah, time to easily win this game. His Sucker Punch can't one-shot me. And then I see Stealth Rocks bring my Swellow down to 28 HP. And then I'm like, oh my god, like now I'm probably definitely in Sucker Punch rage. Holy shit, like now this changes everything. So now I'm like, I have to think. I have to figure out whether Quick Attack has priority over Sucker Punch. And I'm just not sure. So I quickly, rush to Google, and I'm over here rushing to see. You'll see me. I'm reading Quick Attack. I'm reading the priority +1. You'll see me like Alt Tab out of the game, kind of. Or at least my mouse like isn't moving. I'm like not selecting anything. I'm researching like Sucker Punch priority, and I'm looking, and I read that Sucker Punch has lower priority than other priority moves, and I realize like holy shit, like I can win this game. Like the reason I win this game is because my Swellow has Quick Attack, and it's gonna go through first, and it's gonna cancel Sucker Punch damage. And then he realizes it here, and he's like, oh shit, like I can't win this game. Plus I'm faster. Plus it's priority. Like, what a great ender to this 2-game series where I really me and him both made a bunch of misplays, I guess, throughout these games. To be fair, but I feel like I was the player who really adjusted game 2, and I feel like he failed to make that adjustment as well as I did, although we both made many misplays throughout both games. So very, very cool series. Very cool to play the same dude back to back in the first 2 games of this. I think that was such an excellent showing of how to improve and how to adjust as a Pokemon player, and I was very proud of that. I was very happy with that. So hope you guys liked that too. Thanks for watching. Yo, what's up? Welcome back to Game 3. Well, Game 4 technically. I think I am going to take the route of not uploading games where I just get dumpstered. I think when I'm doing a showcase, I'm trying to showcase a specific Pokemon, I wanted to showcase that Pokemon well. So the enemy is actually also on Swellow, which is cool to see. So this will be a good game to showcase. Pretty interesting, hopefully. I'm thinking he's probably going to lead with Swellow or Steelix, which is very scary because it changes both my leads a ton. I think I just have to lead Steelix myself. I wish I changed that move. I wish I still wasn't on Sandstorm. So yeah, I think Steelix is definitely the lead here. He actually led Galvantula, which is not what I was expecting. I was expecting either a Steelix or a Swellow lead. So I know his Giga Drain or Energy Ball is going to do like a lot of damage to me. I'm going to go ahead and throw up rocks and then probably look for a swap to something else.
So we're probably gonna look for a swap straight into Swellow, I think. Unless did I see him? He didn't get hurt by life orb damage, right? Oh my god, this is Koreaz. Wow. So that's hilarious. This is actually the player that I played against. Dude, what a perfect match for a video. Hopefully I can beat this guy. If not, then I stink. I should be faster than Swellow as well. He's also gonna swap. To steal it. Why would he swap to steal it? He's just he's just trying to get up his own rocks. Oh, that's such a bad play though. Oh man, that's frustrating. Okay, I'm gonna swap to Superior then. This is the same dude that I played in the first 2 games, but I played against him like 12 to 14 hours ago last night. That is so funny. Okay, let's see what happens. So the question is, this is a huge question. I can Giga Drain him and 2-shot him. The question is, do I think he's learned? Do I think he's going to Explosion immediately? I think he might. I'm going to take the guess that he might Explosion immediately, and I'm going to throw up the substitute. He didn't learn. I was so wrong. My opponent never learns. What was I thinking? Oh, PokeMMO players, you never change. Oh, PokeMMO players, you truly, truly never change. Is he going to go for the Explosion now? It's too late now. Now I just kill you. Oh my god, PokeMMO players, you truly never change. Oh, that's hilarious. I hope I win this game. If I don't, that would be unfortunate, but it happens, so. Oh, that is so funny. Jesus. The odds of me playing against this guy again are really, really funny. So he could bug. I'm faster than him here. The issue is I just don't do a whole lot of damage. I think it's just best to swap. I think he's in a Bug Buzz. The question is, what can I swap to well? I can't swap to too many things well here. I think he might be Choice Scarfed as well, which is why would he bring it in here? I feel like he's going to Choice Scarf Bug Buzz or something of that nature. Whew. I'm trying to think of what I could bring in. The issue is if he's not. I'm just risking a lot by assuming he's Scarfed. I think I just have to bring in Swellow. So if I bring in Swellow, if he's Scarfed, he won't do that much damage if he's Choice Scarfed. And if he's not Scarfed, or if he is Scarfed, he can't swap. Is that going to kill me? Please don't kill me. That would be so sad. Not very effective. Okay. I think he's Choice Spect. But I'm going to go ahead and get the Brave Bird off and just try to kill this or whatever he brings in. So Swellow did its job. I might die. I'm gonna die to burn and Brave Bird damage for sure. But that's okay. I did my job. I killed his Galvantula. We're currently at a decent spot. He only has 4 physical Pokemon left, and I'm left with Steelix and Weezing. I don't see how he wins this game, but I guess I could misplay really hard. I don't know. We'll see. What do I think he's gonna bring in next is the question. He also has 2 fighting types, and I do have Miltank. I would like to be able to set up Miltank. The issue is I don't want it to get dicked by a fighting type move. So if he brings in like Absol or Swellow, I think I just want to go Weezing. Or what can I go here? If he brings in Swellow, I could bring in Galvantula and he'll be faster. The issue is he does have Swellow, which would be faster than my Galvantula. I think I bring in Galvantula and hope he doesn't do a Swellow. I outspeed and dick on everything that isn't Swellow here. But if he brings in Swellow, he brings in Absol, okay. I'm definitely faster than Absol unless he's Choice Scarfed. I almost want to predict the swap, but this player has not shown me that he's capable of that sort of stuff, so I'm just going to go ahead and go with the Bug Buzz. If I could go with the Thunder to predict a swap, but I just don't know if that's... I'm trying to play around my opponent, not play around the optimal lines sometimes in PokeMMO. A great way of playing PokeMMO is adjusting to your opponent because you will play against the same players sometimes, especially in tiers like NU,
where there's not that many players. And just like OU, it's a little different. You might not play the same players. But if you grind a ton in OU, you definitely will face the same players. So we'll see how it goes. I think I'm going Bud Buzz in hopes that he doesn't swap. If he does swap, I wish I would have Thundered. He's taking his time. So this is what happens. Players like this, they'll take their time, they'll consider the swap, and then sometimes they'll do it, sometimes they won't. So you definitely should swap here. Oh my god, he actually outspeeds me and crits me and kills me. That crit had to have mattered. There's no way that one shots normally. That's, oh my gosh. Oh, you love to see it. He's also got to be scarfed. So that means he's scarfed for sure. So I think I just bring in Steelix here. So the Night Slash shouldn't do that much damage to Steelix at all. And I'm pretty sure he's scarfed at this point. I think I just throw up the Gyro Ball and try to do some damage to whatever. He probably swaps here. I'm assuming. Yeah, okay. He has to swap there. Gonna go ahead and Gyro Ball whatever comes in. Hopefully get some damage off. He does Intimidate me. That's pretty good Intimidate. Only does 13%. Fair enough. He's going to go for some sort of fighting move. The question is whether I want to stay in Dragon Tail or go for the Wheezing swap. I think I want to go for the Wheezing swap. He's going to use a fighting move. I think Wheezing can tank it better than Steelix here. He's going to use close combat probably. Rapids, he's just going to spin. Sure. Go ahead and spin. That's okay. Maybe I should have just swapped to Wheezing when I saw the Absol. That's interesting. I just Sludge Bomb here. See what damage I can get off. I don't know what he does here. Is he gonna try to Sucker Punch me? Or no, I can't bring Wheezing into Absol because of Night Slash. Yeah, no, absolutely not. Okay, yeah, that's I thought I had that thought process prior, but I just forgot about it. That's funny. 28% damage, not too much. Hopefully get the poison or something. Nice. I haven't had a poison in a while. The last game, I think I threw up like 5 Sludge Bombs and didn't get a single poison. So that's nice to see for sure. He has leftovers on his Machamp. Fair enough. I think I just keep going for Sludge Bomb. I could even sacrifice my Steelix to see what he does. I could swap to Steelix here. I wonder if that's the play. No, I think I need Steelix for Absol. I'm just going to throw up Sludge Bomb. That did like no damage. That's awesome. Yeah, this guy I feel like just does not... It's not the best player. 29% is pretty incredible. I'm doing more damage to him with my Wheezing than he's doing to me with his Machamp. That is incredible. Love to see it. So I'm just going to keep Sludge Bombing, hopefully dodge the confusion, but if I get hit here, it's honestly fine. Assurance. But he's going to move first ahead of me. Assurance is a bad move. You probably should never go Assurance. I like the move. I like actually wish it was playable. I like try to look for spots to play Assurance, but it's a pretty bad move overall in my opinion. I like it. I want it to be playable. I think it's a very interesting move. For those who don't know, I'm pretty sure I'm right. Assurance is a 55 base power dark move that if moves second, like if you're slower than your opponent, does double the damage. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong on that, but so he's gonna go for the Night Slash. I'm just gonna swap to Steelix. Psycho Cut, sure. And I'm pretty sure he's scarfed, so I can get my Rocks back up, although he might just go straight into Hitmontop. That's fine. That's a fair swap. That was well played by him. Fair enough. But then he still has to take his turn here to Rapid Spin, and I'm just going to Dragon Tail him, so he has his Swellow. I wonder if he added a Swellow to his team after facing my Swellow. That would be very, very funny. It's very likely. He takes damage from a Rocky Helmet. I'm going to go ahead and Dragon Tail him. I'm trying to bring in his Swellow and try to mess him up a little bit. I'm going to throw up Stealth Rocks again. He's going to U-turn me, do no damage. Is he going to bring back in Hitmontop? That'd be funny.
takes a decent amount of damage. I mean, I win these trades as long as I'm disrupting his team here. Like, this is all I care about. So, bring an Absol. He probably has close combat, so I assume he's gonna do that. And I know he's scarfed. Ooh, this is actually a really interesting. Ooh, this is such an interesting dilemma. So the question is, if he's scarfed and is in a close combat, I should swap to Wheezing. The issue is if he Night Slashes me for no reason, there's just no way he should ever Night Slash here. I could just lose the game. I can't risk losing the game off it, unfortunately. It's the correct play to swap to Wheezing here, but I just don't know what my enemy's gonna do. Like, it's the better play to swap to Wheezing in prediction of the close combat. But my opponent is just I can't risk it. That's okay. So now I know he's scarfed in. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring in Wheezing. I think I just throw up the Sludge Bomb. I'm trying to think of. No matter what he brings in, I think I just throw up a Sludge Bomb. I would love to be able to get my Miltank in and kind of get cursing up. That's the goal. One of these days. But my Wheezing should be able to do a lot here. Yeah, that's a ton of damage. And I still have my Superior. The only issue is my Superior can't outspeed his Absol. His Absol is my biggest issue right now. I have to keep Sludge Bombing, and I'm honestly Sludge Bombing in hopes that he just swaps back to Absol to try to Night Slash me. And then I hit his Absol with a Sludge Bomb. Ooh, crit, that should kill. Well, that didn't kill with a crit. Wow, that is shocking. Oh, man. I think he's just sacrificing his... I believe he's just sacrificing his Hitmontop right now. Because now I don't have... Okay, this is his thought process, but I don't think this is good. He's sacrificing his Hitmontop now to bring his Absol safely to try to Night Slash me with Scarf because my Steelix is gone, so now I can't Rocks. So now in his mind, he doesn't need his Rapid Spinner. This player just seems to, like, play everything by the, like, core base, by the books. This player plays everything by the books and doesn't seem to adjust enough. But I can still lose this game, so, I mean, fair enough. Sometimes that works, so more power to him. Yeah, he's going to go ahead and sacrifice. Well, that Sucker Punch did so little damage compared to what I thought it would. That's actually surprising. Okay, so he's going to bring in his Deuter and go for the Night Slash, and I'm just going to swap to Miltank. And it should be fine. Ooh, actually, I'm a little worried. Can my Miltank tank 2 Night Slashes? Whew. I almost wonder if I should just stay in and go for the Sludge Bomb. It might actually be the better play. So if I can survive one Sludge Bomb. I just don't need my Wheezing for the rest of the... Ooh. This is a really hard one. He's Choice Scarfed. What is Absol's base attack? Oh. I had to search weird in times like this. 130. That's what I thought. I thought it was 125, 130. This is very, very close. I think the safer play might be to stay in and let him just kill my Wheezing. Hopefully I stay alive. Come with my Miltank next turn, and it's gonna Psycho Cut. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, this is a very weird play. He crits. I actually live at 2 HP. That's huge. Please kill. Oh, that's okay. That's huge. That's actually insane. Wow, that's so huge for me. Okay, that is a huge good deal. So he's gonna finish me off. That's fine. Living at that 2 HP is incredibly huge. So now I can bring in Miltank, and I should be able to just body slam. He shouldn't be able to one-shot me. There's absolutely no way this thing one-shots me. I'm gonna make sure I use my keyboard so I don't double-click on accident. Yeah, he does 30%. Okay, whew. With the crits. I'm gonna finish him off. Oh, that's beautiful. Beautiful. I still could lose this game. I have to be pretty careful here. Especially if this Swellow has, like, close combat, which I think it can learn. This is pretty scary. I'm just gonna go for the body slam. I think I need the... Wow, he went Brave Bird and it only did 40% damage. Why would you Brave Bird there? This might just kill a Swellow. Oh, no, it almost does, though. That's shocking. I think the wow. I think I actually might lose though. Oh no. I think this might kill me. If I live, I win. Okay. If I think I lose, unless the recoil damage. Wow. I think I lose. Oh no. Because he outspeeds me. He can Brave Bird me and definitely one-shot me. Oh no. I think I lose this game. That is so sad. That is so sad. He definitely outspeeds. I think I lose. That's so sad. And he misplays. If he like misplays and quick attacks for some insane reason, I mean, he should know he outspeeds. I don't think he knows. I think he wins. I think that kills me. It's really close though. What a sad game. He dies to Brave Bird recoil. What a sad game. I mean, a great game, very close game. It's funny to have all three matches be against this player, but I really think this player played very poorly, and I think he played by the books and didn't adjust to his matchups enough. But his core mechanics and his by the books gameplay is 1,000 times better than mine. So he did win in that regard. So I mean, fair enough. Well played well played to him. He won at the end of the day. I went 1-2 overall in this video. Some really, really good games, some really close games. Really funny they were all against Koreas. But GG Koreas, no hard feelings. You played well. In your own way, and I respect that. I do respect that. So I don't want to come off with any hard feelings. GG's, great games. Hopefully I showed off Swellow's showcase in a decent way, and I even made an enemy pick up Swellow throughout the matches. So hopefully, that's enough. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day. Thanks for watching PokeMMO content from Petrowski. Make sure to like, subscribe, dislike if you didn't like it, comment if you have any issue with anything I did, any misplays, any advice. I'm very average to slightly below average PvP player. I'm not super great, so I don't mind trying to learn from other people as long as you're right. I like the feedback and the criticism. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. Peace.